afternoon, and good evening, wherever in the world you are. And welcome to the Full 100. And this is my second video in the installment in my mission to advise and inform people and empower them to find information for themselves. As you know, our motto here is let the truth be told. And without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, I want to start today's video firstly by remembering all those who have passed away in this coronavirus crisis, the COVID-19 crisis. Our hearts go out to every single one of you. This thing's real, this thing's serious. I personally now count 11 people have passed away just around my circles. When I mean my circles, I mean people I know very well, to people I chat to quite a bit on social media who I don't know that well. But in total, to date, since in the last 2 weeks, 11 people that I know have passed away. I also have one family member who's critical at the moment. So this is serious. So our prayers, let me start by praying for them. Please, everyone who watches this video, please pray for every single one of them who are fighting, whether you know them or not. And also pray for the family members and friends of those who have passed away. I also want to pray for our Prime Minister. Yes, I didn't vote Boris Johnson. I wouldn't have voted Boris Johnson at all. I voted for Labour. I didn't particularly vote for Corbyn himself, but I voted for the Labour principles. And also Boris Johnson's very, very much right-wing government really scared the hell out of me. Hence, I never would have voted for him. However, he is the Prime Minister. He's a human being. He's a fellow inhabitant of Earth. So please pray for our Prime Minister to pull through. No one deserves to go through this at all. And then thirdly and lastly, before I get into the topic of the day, I want to applaud our nurses, our frontline workers. I personally have worked with nurses for over 15 years as a recruitment manager. I've recruited nurses into nursing homes. Many people are dying in nursing homes. I've recruited nurses into the NHS. Most recently, my last job was recruiting nurses into the NHS. So my applause to all those nurses, HCAs, healthcare assistants, all those cleaners in hospitals, all of the people that, all the porters, all of the people that make the hospitals go round. There are many thousands of you that people do not see. And also I want to applaud all the delivery drivers, all of the train drivers, all of the bus drivers. Even though they're on skeleton schedules at the moment, they are still going to work. So thank you all for your services, for keeping us all going. I'm going to make, while we're dealing with the corona issue, I'm going to make sure that I give you the dates that these videos are recorded, because it's quite important. I'm also going to start my videos by giving you some information on where we are with the coronavirus outbreak before I get into the situation or the topic, the main core of the video. So as of today, guys, what I've done also, I've broken my, when I give you the death toll, I've chosen the main countries that I believe we're interested in. But I'm also going to give you information on a website that you can go to access that information yourself. Okay. So of those main countries that I'm going to give you the statistics, the death toll and statistics on, I've also chosen 2 countries that do not have 5G at the moment. So I'm going to be giving you data on countries with 5G. I'm going to give you data on Norway, because Norway has 8, 7 and 8G, as I said in my previous video, those of you who watched it. But I'm also going to give you data on 2 countries that do not have 5G currently. Those 2 countries are Sweden, who do not have 5G at all, other than in a very, very small business district of Stockholm, which is the capital. So it's a bit like the UK not having 5G whatsoever. However, in Canary Wharf, we have 5G. Okay, I have to give these examples because many people, and please do not feel like I'm being condescending to people, but I know just from interacting with my really close friends that people are very, very uninformed about things like this. So those of you who know, please do bear with me when I go that extra mile to break things down. I am breaking it down for those who truly need things like these broken down for them, just so they understand this. So I do apologize if I might come across condescending at times, but this video isn't for those of you who know. My videos are not for those of you who know. My videos, for those of you who know, is for you to contribute to what I'm saying, if you believe, if we're on the same page. And if you disagree with me and you are in the know, then let's have a conversation about it. However, I do understand my videos are mainly for those who do not know. So the theme and the DNA of my show would tend to maybe come across condescending, but it isn't. Okay, so I apologize if you feel that way ahead of time. But however, yeah, the example with Sweden is Sweden has 5G, but Sweden's 5G is only in Canary Wharf, if you understand that example, if you can relate that example. So there's no, if UK was Sweden, there's no 5G in Newcastle, no 5G in London as a whole, no 5G in Birmingham, Manchester, Glasgow, you name it. There's no 5G anywhere other than Canary Wharf, where all of our towers are, all of our main basically our financial districts. Okay, so that's Sweden. So I'm going to give you data on Sweden. I'm also going to give you data on Papua New Guinea, and they currently are on 1G and currently building their 4G. So there is no 5G whatsoever. Okay, so I'm going to start with the UK, because obviously we're all from the UK. So currently, as of today, the 8th of April, the UK has 48,948 deaths. Sorry, active, beg your pardon, excuse me. 48,948 active cases. 48,000, nearly 49,000, verging on 50,000 active people that are in hospital right now. And of those, 6,159 have died. 6,159 have died. Jamaica, I've got many family members from Jamaica. Jamaica, 51 active cases, 3 dead so far. I am very worried about Jamaica because of the poverty in Jamaica, and the social distancing isn't happening, but I really worry that it's coming to them. The US has hit, listen to this, 365,000. Remember, the UK has close to 50,000 now. 365,981, so close to 366,000 active cases in the US. So far dead, 12,857. That's close to 13,000 dead so far. Italy has 94,000. Now, Italy's had this for 3-4 weeks. Italy's literally 2 weeks ahead of us, 3 weeks ahead of us, and another 4 or so weeks ahead of the US. But already the US has overtaken them. I'm going to get to why that is in a minute. So Italy has 94,000, just over 94,067 active cases. Dead, 17,127. So if you look at the US, that's 3-4 weeks ahead, about 4 weeks ahead of Italy. Italy has less than 100,000. The US already has close to 366,000. Italy has been suffering for about 3-4 weeks now, has 17,000 dead. The US already 4 weeks behind them has nearly 13,000. So there's only 4,000 difference between the US that's just literally getting it now and Italy that's already got to its peak and is plateauing now. Okay, so they've got to the peak, they're now plateauing, and actually the cases are sort of coming downwards now. Okay, 4,000 difference between those two countries. Now again, I'll tell you why the US is suffering like that, and will suffer a lot for it. Spain, 84,114 active cases, so 10,000 less than Italy, which makes sense because Italy had it first. So when you look at Italy and Spain, it's very organic, it makes common sense, you can predict, you can see what's happening there. When you look at Italy and the US, it makes no sense. Why is the US skyrocketed like that? When, why basically is the question. Now I'll come to, so these are the countries I'm going to give you daily, the numbers daily. You can write them down, you can go back and refer to them. Norway, remember I told you on those of you who watched my first video, I told you Norway had 7 and 8G, okay? They've gone past 6, they've gone past 5. There are 7 and 8G. Norway has 5,965. Very, very low death rate. Very low. Compare Norway, 5,965 to the UK. That's active cases, 5,965 active cases. Compare that to the UK with nearly 50,000. So we're 10 times, near enough 10 times more cases, active cases. And in terms of deaths, although yesterday, some of you might have thought, why does he think 71 deaths is not huge? Of every death is huge, of course. But I was trying to stress that a country that has 7 and 8G has only as of Monday, because the video you saw on Tuesday was done on Monday. So as of Monday's data, it was 71 dead. As of today's data, Wednesday the 8th, they now have 89 dead. It's still only 89. I know 89 people is a lot, and we prayed for them at the beginning of this show, at the beginning of this video, and our hearts go out to every single one of those people's friends and family members. However, just to make my point to those people that are spreading fake news out there, Norway that has 7 and 8G has 89 deaths. Okay, Spain has 14,555 dead. Italy, 17,127 dead. All have 5G. US, 12,857 dead. Jamaica has 5G, 3 dead so far. But again, lack of testing, they haven't quite figured out how many as yet. So it's free for now. And the UK, 6,159 with 5G. Where there is 7 and 8G, 89 only have died. Then there's 2 additional countries I'm going to give you data on: Sweden and Papua New Guinea. As I explained at the start of this video, Sweden only has a tiny bit of 5G in a tiny industrial part of the capital city, Stockholm. So literally you can say Sweden has no 5G at all, okay? And yet there is 591 deaths in Sweden as of today, the 8th of April. The total active cases, 6,897. Total active cases, 6,897. Pretty low if you compare the UK active cases of 48, nearly 50,000. This is just under 7,000 active cases, but 591 dead. And they have no 5G at all. None. Papua New Guinea have no 5G whatsoever. Papua New Guinea just now in 2020, well, late 2019 into this year, just now starting to upgrade from 1G to 4G. They've only just started doing that. So 5G is nowhere near the islands as of yet. So they're just now going from 1G to 4G, and the total active cases in a place where there isn't even 4G yet is 2 active cases. It's a tiny, tiny island. You can look it up yourself. Go to Papua New Guinea. It's also abbreviated PNG. Look up the population. I haven't looked it up myself, but I know I've followed things about that island for many years, so I do know the population is in the thousands, lower thousands, rather than hundreds of thousands or millions or millions. Sorry. So they have 2 active cases where there is no 5G or 4G, and no deaths so far. Okay, so having gone through that, let me now deal with what this video, the crux of this video. The crux of this video, my friends, is to deal with the idea that you were put on lockdown so the 5G towers can go up. Many of you believe that. I spoke to a dear friend of mine, a female dear friend of mine this morning, and she's firmly, even after seeing my video, she is firmly entrenched in that field, in that side of things. Right, so let me deal with that. Firstly, can I just tell you something? Those of you who think that you've been done in, or you've been stitched up, you've been lied to, let me tell you what could have happened to you guys if you had been watching the news. Did any of you hear about something called herd immunity? Herd immunity was what Boris Johnson wanted to go with. So let me just explain that. When it broke out in China, we saw what China did at the time. China locked Wuhan down, they locked large cities down, they stopped people from going back home. It was the Chinese New Year in early January. In Chinese New Year, because Chinese people generally leave their town. So if you're from Newcastle, you work in London. So they generally work and live in London all their lives, but all year round. But when it comes to Chinese New Year, literally billions, well, hundreds of millions of people literally go home. So the main cities are emptied out. Now, that was the time when China locked the city down. So those people could not go home for Chinese New Year. They even extended the Chinese New Year thinking, let's keep an eye on this. But it soon occurred to them that this wasn't going to go away pretty soon. So they locked things down. Now, we saw China lock its cities down. We then saw Italy lock its cities down. We then saw Spain, and then we saw France. Here, you think they were trying to lock you down so they can put up the cell towers? Mate, what they were planning for us here was something called herd immunity. I saw professionals, scientists, experts on reputable news channels, because this was a government policy that they really wanted to run. Herd immunity is basically allowing your population to get infested so that they can then become immune. That's okay with flu, but that is dangerous when you're talking about a virus that you don't know how it's going to behave. When you're talking about a virus that literally can wipe out millions of people. Think of a lot of you have heard of the Spanish flu. The Spanish flu killed 50 million people. So it killed literally the size of the UK, near enough. Imagine everybody in the UK was to die, but spread across the world. This is as dangerous as that. However, it's like playing herd immunity with the Spanish flu. It's like playing herd immunity with the plague. This was the plan they had for you. Now think, what government that wants to lock you down to build up their 5G infrastructure while you're asleep secretly behind your backs? Why did they originally have the plan to let you go working? They weren't going to lock you down, guys. They were going to let you work every day, Monday to Friday, live your lives as normal, and contract this virus. That was the plan for you, my friends. Now, if you're paying attention to the news, that's the stuff that should have scared the living daylights out of you, because I know it scared the living daylights out of me. I was going mad at the television. I'm going, are you crazy? Can you not see what China's doing? What do you mean herd immunity? They had experts arguing for this stuff, guys. So whereas a lot of you are thinking this was all a plan to lock you down, you actually got saved by common sense. Common sense came to prevail while you're on lockdown. If common sense did not prevail, my friends, you'd be out there walking around today and dropping like flies. Truth. Don't take my word for it. Go back to news media. Look up herd immunity. This was the program. The UK wanted to be different. You know why? Money. Governments will put money before you, for sure. We all know that. We all know that. The economy is taking a huge hit. We're all going to suffer for it. But at least we'll be alive at the end of this to pick it back up, right? However, with herd immunity, what do you think could have happened? Any one of us now could be dead with herd immunity. So when the next time someone tells you, oh, that's why we're on lockdown, so they can put up the cells, remember to tell them, you heard it here first. If you didn't know this before, remember to tell them the government's original plan was to allow you to get infected and thereby become immune. However, you're making those plans about a virus that no one has seen before. Number one. Number two, a lot of you think, this virus, it's not a new virus, this is 5G. My friends, let me tell you something. Think about it. There is always a time when a virus is new, correct? The Spanish flu was new at one point. SARS was new at one point. Viruses can mutate and come again in some other form. Also, a lot of you might have thought that my previous video was trying to say that this didn't come from China. Yes, it came from China. Maybe I didn't harp on that enough. This virus did come from China. However, it didn't come through 5G, pollution, or radiation, as many of you now believe. It came through the same way viruses start. We know the Chinese eat lots of mad things, and they live quite different to what we know. There is something called bird's nest, which Chinese is a Chinese sort of medicinal sort of thing. And to get to harvest this product, people have to climb up into rock faces, literally dangerous rock faces. I've seen, again, watch documentaries, watch TV, keep informed. Rock faces, trees, high trees, dangerous to harvest this product. But they go to a nest of a particular bird, and they harvest the saliva of the bird. They harvest it and then they bottle it. It's a product. Tell me something. Is it too far-fetched to think that one of these people has gone up to get this bird's nest thing? And this is the saliva of a bird, for God's sakes. Is it too far-fetched in our minds to think that it's possible that someone's taken this product as a daily job? This is what they do, and it's quite expensive. I think thousands of this thing. A kilo of this thing is thousands, because it's literally hard to get to, and it's worth more than diamonds. Okay, is it too far-fetched to think somebody climbs up to this rock to harvest bird nest product to sell, and handling in the process of handling this, they've picked up bird flu, which then turned to SARS? Is that too far-fetched for you guys to imagine? Is it too far-fetched to imagine that we know Chinese eat bats? If you watch documentaries, you know snakes eat bats. There are particular snakes and particular caves that snakes go in to hunt for bats, and they sort of perch on the side of the cave while the bats are flying out in the twilight, in the evening time to go feed on fruits and whatever else. The snakes pick them off. Okay. Now, is it too far-fetched to think that man can come across the snake's digestive system is one of the toughest you're ever going to get? And the bats. The snakes digest bones and horns and hooves, right? So is it too far-fetched to think that something living in snakes all of a sudden happened to find its way into a human being? And because our system's a lot weaker, this virus thinks, oh my God, I found a fantastic host. And it just starts to multiply. Viruses are living beings. If you arrived in a new city that's free, that you can run about, wouldn't you think, oh my God, this is a fantastic city, I'm going to explore this city? Think like a virus and you'll see it's not impossible for that to happen in reality. Okay? So, my friends, the lockdown was not planned to have you locked in your house, knocked out of sleep while they put up these towers. The lockdown saved your lives. It saved your lives. If Boris and his government had their way, herd immunity, herd as is herd a sheep, herd immunity is what we would have got in this country. And then you lot wouldn't have said nothing about they're locking us down to put a 5G. However, the theorists will still be saying 5G is why we are now dropping down. No, the reason we would have been dropping down is because of the wrong policy that our government would have pursued if they had allowed herd immunity to carry on. Now I want to deal with the last topic of this video, which is why America is right now suffering. America is suffering because of the leader of the country. You see, Trump has always called this a hoax, and then he had to backtrack. Do you know that in the United States at the moment, there are 10 states that are on lockdown? The 10 states that are not on lockdown are Republican-run states. So like conservative. If you know American politics, Republicans are Tories or conservatives, Democrats are Labor. So all the Labor states in America are locked down, doing the right thing, saving lives, like you got saved here by being locked down, while 10 of the 50 states, all right, 40 are locked down. The only 10 states that are open right now are Republican states because they still think it's a hoax. They are still on the same planet that Trump was on. The danger of that is what you're seeing in the numbers right now. The US, who are 2 weeks behind us and 2 weeks behind Italy, right? Active cases now, 365,981. Dead, 12,857. Yes. Your leader determines whether you live or die in this scenario. Those who spread falsehoods also determine whether you live or die in this crisis. Why do I say that? If your leader leads you to believe that this is nothing, it's just a flu, it's just a hoax, you're going to walk around the streets and you're going to get infected by this stuff. If your leader takes it seriously, like Boris Johnson finally came to his senses, and rather than herd immunity, he decided to choose lockdown. Thank you, Boris, for choosing lockdown, because you saved a lot of lives. Okay, now I'm going to end my video here. I'm going to put out a few more videos, obviously, as this situation evolves fastly. Again, I want to applaud. Our key workers. I want to applaud our frontline workers, our nurses. My condolences to all those who have died, and all those of you who are searching for the truth. Please log on to my channel, seek the truth, go and research what I've told you, and I will give you these data all the time regarding the deaths and everything else. I want a special mention to Amanda Holden, Amir Khan, for retweeting crap, which is really shocking, because Amanda Holden, I really love the lady. She is a classy lady. She's done a bit of naughtiness that none of us would want our wives or our daughters to do. But all in all, she's a pretty decent lady. I like her as a person. Amir Khan, I respect as a boxer, as a fellow boxer like him. I can't understand why these intelligent people will retweet stuff from David Icke. Stuff that really intelligent people should not. And please do not think I'm calling anyone who believes that unintelligent. I'm not, really. But I think anyone who's intelligent, if you really sit down and look at the facts, the fact that radiation cannot pass from one person to another person. So if you're infected in a city that has 5G, and you travel to a town, a country, a place that has no 5G, then nobody in that town should really catch what you have. Fact. So Amanda Holden, Amir Khan, if you both get to watch this video, please stop spreading crap. All right? Great. Now, thank you very much for giving me your time. I hope this video was helpful. Remember, this is TFH, the full 100. All right? And we're always here to tell the truth. Now, have a fantastic day. Enjoy your lockdown. Children are on holiday now. So our son's on holiday from homeschooling, and shout out to all you parents who have been homeschooling. It's tough. Some of my videos when school comes back will be also regarding helping with homeschooling. So again, my name is Anthony Spencer. Thank you for watching and have a fantastic day. Bye-bye now.